Okay, so let's do an exercise. Let's pretend that Whole Foods, I'm a Whole Foods worker now. Um, I am in charge of doing digital signage for them. And my supervisor sent me this letter that is this new campaign that they're doing for their staff. All right, so Whole Foods really wants their staff to know that they care about their workers. And so they're going to give them all these new perks. It's going to be a win-win situation where ratings of Whole Foods go up from their workers, and also workers just get a better working environment. All right, so this is the information. We have Whole Foods self-care tips, and then we have 3 tips. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ideate. I'm going to just come up with ideas. And I made a sketch for you guys. I hardly ever sketch, but what I found out while sketching, and this happens every time, when I sketch on paper, I get my best ideas. But you guys can use you can use pen and paper, you can use sticky notes, you can do it digitally on your Google Doc, and Canva, whatever. But here we have 2 versions that I'm tossing between. One is one screen with the message that Whole Foods cares about their workers, and then the 3 tips. Another idea would be to have each tip in their own screen. And then I gave it like a cover page to give it a more emphasis. I want the cover page to have bold visuals and maybe video, so that when the cover page comes on, workers on their lunch break will, take a look and then stay for the other tips. This is maybe an advanced tip that I found out last week, and I really wanted to share with you guys. As you can see, here's an original photo. Original meaning I didn't take it. I found it from one of the stock photo website. But I just found out last week that ChatGPT's image generation is now free for like the unpaid version. And so what you can do is you can just in this chat paste the image and then ask it to do just give it instructions. So I asked ChatGPT to make her clothing green, and then I gave it the hex code that I have in right here in my branding for Whole Foods. And this is amazing, you guys. You can put any photo and ask it to change little things about it. And so here's my Whole Foods branded image. And here's one that I like a lot. She has a hat and a kind of like a Whole Foods uniform. ChatGPT would not let me put a Whole Foods logo for copyright reasons, but you get the idea. So when I'm thinking about this signage, I'm thinking about what is the most impactful thing. We have a video of somebody enjoying themselves. Again, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And so I could really take away words if I add an image that says cozy and, stress-free. But I also considered doing the same, but in a video format. Maybe the video format would cause more eyes to look. So we're going to play with both. And then, by the way, the video, there's a lot of stock video websites, but my favorite is Free Pick because for free, you get 10 videos a day. So this is just like a little collection I made of coffee, but you can find and download free video or their signage. I also like, in cases where we need illustrations, I really like Undraw because it's illustrations of people in SVG format, SVG meaning shapes that you can change the color of. And so in here, you can put your branding colors and you get branded illustrations as well. All right, let's talk about Canva. Canva has this, if you right click and click on layers, you can see your layers, which is important because I wanted to show you what the sign looks if we have the image of the Whole Foods worker enjoying themselves, taking a break. And then I also wanted to see what it looked like with this person. Let's press play. And I definitely, as soon as I saw this, I thought, wow, I really want video. The other screens, where it's just the tips, the health tips, I'm not going to have a lot of motion. But then I even fell more in love with this one. This to me says our message the clearest, because even if you're not a coffee drinker, as soon as you see this, you start to feel warm, right? So this is exactly how to make an impact, because without using the words that Whole Foods cares about you, and well, more directly, Whole Foods wants the workers to like Whole Foods, right? Without saying any of that, this image is making people feel cozy and warm, right? So we're going to stick with this one. And then let's go to the app and find the next ones. Okay, so the next one is going to be the 3 tips. But instead of using 3 different presentations for the tips, I'm using one presentation, which is called a list presentation or list template, which you can include different sets of data. So let's go back, and I'm going to show you how to find these presentations. All right, if we go to add presentations, I'm going to go ahead and just type in list. You can also go to the content. I think in here it's called list. Yeah, Google Sheets and list. And my favorite one is this. It's called Your News and Announcements. Okay. And if we open up the component News and Announcements, this is where you can put all your data. Yep, that would be like the subtitle, title, and description. You can change the image. And I uploaded all of my illustrations onto my storage and pop them in here. All right, let's go back to my presentation, my list. Okay. Because I decided to do the coffee one, I got sad that I didn't use my Whole Foods worker. And so I put the Whole Foods worker in the background of this. It's not going to be seen a lot. It's covered by data, but you'll see that when the data moves, there's like a split second where you do get that smile, that person enjoying themselves, relaxing on their lunch break. So just to reinforce those messages. All right. And then for accessibility, if we were to put our Whole Foods worker image raw, you would not be able to see the text on here. What I mean by raw, there's a few things that I did to it. So the way that ChatGPT generated the image was like this. When I popped it into Rise Vision, it was dark enough where the darker text on top was not visible. So I made these squares, and in the colors, I went to gradient. You can click to edit that gradient, and I'm going to give it a little you can even use the eyedropper to get like a light tan, but I don't like how it's blue. We'll make it yellowish. And then the second color, we'll just make it transparent, all right? So this is a trick on how to make things more accessible. When you need more contrast between your image or your background and your text, give it a gradient.
So then, Ross, you just flipped that gradient rectangle, or you duplicated it, and you're flipping it so you'll have that effect on the top and the bottom, right?
Exactly. So copy, paste, duplicate. And with Canva, it's pretty easy to just, I think it's in share, you download as JPEG or PNG, and then you upload it to your Rise Vision app.